Medusa's once beautiful hair turned into a writhing mass of venomous snakes. Her perfect features became twisted and contorted, and her eyes burned with a terrifying fire. What do you think of when you hear the name Medusa? Medusa's name means guardian or protectress in ancient Greek, and she was indeed a beautiful maiden who served as a priestess of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. She had long, flowing hair and a fair complexion, and she was admired by many men. However, she had taken a vow of chastity and dedicated herself to the service of Athena. One day, while she was performing her duties in Athena's temple, she caught the eye of Poseidon, the god of the sea. He was overcome by lust and decided to pursue her. Medusa tried to escape, but Poseidon caught her and raped her on the sacred floor of the temple. This was a terrible sacrilege that angered Athena, who was watching from above. However, instead of punishing Poseidon, who was her uncle and a powerful god, she turned her wrath on Medusa. She cursed her by transforming her beautiful hair into venomous snakes and making her face so hideous that anyone who looked at her would turn to stone. She also banished her from civilization and sent her to live with her two sisters, Steno and Euryale, who were also Gorgons. Medusa lived with her two sisters, Steno and Euryale, in the island. Gorgons were winged female creatures with snakes for hair and tusks for teeth, who were born as monsters from the sea god's forces and Ceto. Medusa was devastated by this curse and became bitter and hateful. She wandered the world, avoiding human contact and killing anyone who crossed her path with her petrifying gaze. She also became pregnant by Poseidon and gave birth to two offspring: Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chrysaor, the golden sword. They sprang from her severed neck when she was killed by Perseus, the son of Zeus and Danae. Perseus was a hero who was sent on a quest to bring back the head of Medusa as a gift for King Polydectes of Seriphos, who wanted to marry his mother Danae. Perseus was aided by Athena and Hermes, who gave him a shield, a sword, a helmet of invisibility, and a pair of winged sandals. He also received help from the Graii, the three old sisters of the Gorgons who shared one eye and one tooth among them. Perseus stole their eye and forced them to tell him where to find the Gorgons. Perseus flew to the island where Medusa lived with her sisters. He approached them stealthily while they were sleeping and used his shield as a mirror to avoid looking directly at Medusa's face. He then swung his sword and cut off her head. He quickly put it in a magic bag and flew away before the other Gorgons woke up and chased him. Perseus used Medusa's head as a weapon on his way back to Seriphos. He turned into stone an enormous sea monster that was sent by Poseidon to devour Andromeda, a princess whom Perseus fell in love with and rescued. He also turned into stone King Polydectes and his courtiers who had tried to force Danae to marry him. He then gave Medusa's head to Athena, who placed it on her shield as an emblem of terror. Medusa's story is one of the most well-known and popular myths in Greek mythology. It has inspired many artists, writers, and filmmakers throughout history. However, it is also one of the most controversial and debated myths. Some people see Medusa as a symbol of female power and resistance against male oppression. They argue that she was a victim of rape and injustice who fought back against her aggressors. They point out that she was originally a beautiful and devout woman who was punished by Athena for something that was not her fault. They also note that she was the mother of two noble creatures who represented wisdom and courage. Others see Medusa as a symbol of evil and horror. They argue that she was a monster who deserved her fate. They point out that she was a killer who turned innocent people into stone. They also note that she was the sister of two other Gorgons who were born as monsters and had no redeeming qualities. So, was Medusa a victim or a villain? The answer is complex. She was a victim of circumstance and the gods' cruel whims. But she was also a monster, with the power to kill with a single glance. Ultimately, Medusa is a reminder that the world is not always black and white. There are good people who do bad things, and there are bad people who do good things. Medusa was a complex character, and her story is one that has been debated and reinterpreted for centuries. What do you think? Was Medusa a victim or a villain? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to 101 Myth for more videos about the fascinating stories and characters of ancient myths. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.